Michael Blandon,
Yep,
you like apps.
I do. I got 178 of them on my phone.
That's
A lot.
175 more than you probably should have.
Maybe.
Anyway, but there's a new app out that seems pretty interesting, and I want to show it to you and get your opinion on it.
What is it?
It's called Hyperlapse. It's made by Instagram, and it makes you make time lapses and stuff. You've made a time lapse with me before.
Yes, I have.
And
It was fun.
it was a bit more complicated than you'd expected, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, this app makes it a lot easier, so let's check it out.
All right, let's do it.
So, Blandon,
Yeah.
Hyperlapse is a new app by Instagram to make time lapses. I was about to say to make a hyperlapse, but I refuse to ever utter those words.
You know you want to call it a hyperlapse.
Hell no!
Yeah,
It's
you
called a time lapse.
When you call it, I'll call you out on it.
All right. Well, before we check out the app, what do you know about time lapses?
It's not. It's a weird thing. I don't know how to explain it. It's like not slow motion, but it's like you press burst mode on a bunch of pictures.
Okay,
And
so
then-
so normally a time lapse is made by taking pictures at in a certain interval with your big old camera like we're shooting here, which is great and all, but it can be kind of cumbersome. So what Instagram did is that they made an app that just kind of does all that stuff for you automatically. It chooses the interval, and it'll just automatically speed it up for you as well instead of having to stick it in an editor and speed it up yourself. So why don't we check it out right now?
All right, sure.
Cool. So here's the app right there. Hyperlapse is that little Instagram-y rainbow circle thing, and the app just pops up. Simple as that. It is just a big old camera interface with a big old button, and we're gonna hold it sideways because that's how you hold a camera when you use your phone. So yeah, let's scan up here and look at our horrible studio. And Blandon, why don't you head over there and I'll show you how this hyperlapse thing works. All right?
All right. All right. So what am I doing?
All right. So right now you can't see my screen, but everyone else can. So take a seat there at the by the plush toys or whatever. Yeah, move them a bit. So the way this app works is that you just hit that big old button in the middle, and then it starts recording. Pretty much just straight on video of whatever for however long you want to. There's no limit. It's just whatever space you have on your phone. So we're gonna do just that. We're gonna hit record here. Right now it says there's not much light here, even though there is plenty of light. And the reason for that is because Hyperlapse actually does some automatic stabilization for you, which it actually works really well, surprisingly. And because of that, it crops in the view a little bit, and also it needs a bit more light to get the proper tracking points than normally. So that's why it says there's not much light. When there is enough light, you'll notice that the circle inside of the record button turns to like a little rainbow. It's saying like, hey, you have enough light now. You'll notice it's more outside. Anyway, so here we're going to hit record, and now we're just recording Blandon. It has the big old stop button, and then under it has two timers, one with actual time and one with converted time. The converted time timer shows you how much your hyperlapse or your time lapse will end up being, the length of it. And of course the first timer is how long you're recording for. So now we're recording for about 20 seconds, and it says we have about 3 seconds worth of time lapse footage. So, Blandon, just start screwing around with those plus toys. I'm just going to record you for a bit. You can also refocus anytime you want. I can just tap here, just mess around with them, like all of them, throw them around. Yeah, there you go. That's...
I can't juggle.
No one can juggle. Well, actually, I know a lot of people who can juggle, but I can't juggle. Alrighty. Are you going to throw that over here? Please don't throw that over here. Oh, you know what? Throw that over here. There. Alright, well. Alright, that's enough for now. We can stop this for now. We'll pause it here. Alright, now come back over here. So, now, what we see here is you in a bunch of like hyperspeed stuff. You have the option to cancel and save it for later, and it shows up there in your corner right there, and we can just go back to it and then go back to it like that. We can delete it. We're not going to do that. And there's again that timer I told you about, how much time we recorded, 1 hour and 3 seconds, 1 minute and 3 seconds, and then we have an 11-second hyperlapse here, time lapse. And here we have a little slider to see how slow or how fast we want it. 1x is normal speed. 12x is super fast.
Is Hyperlapse.
Well, yeah, and the default is 6x. So what the app is actually doing is that when you're speeding it up, it's actually cutting a bit of frames out. Because that's you don't need every single frame when you're going as fast as 12 times. But we're gonna just keep it at 6x right now, and then you just hit when you're done. You can just hit that right there, and it's gonna export it directly to your camera roll. What's nice about that is that because it exports directly to your camera roll, from your camera roll you can then put it on Vine, because Vine now supports that whole import from camera roll thing. You can import it to your favorite editor and do some really cool stuff with it if you're a filmmaker or whatever. And with the app itself, after it takes to your camera roll, you can share it directly to Facebook or Instagram, because Facebook owns Instagram, so it has to be those two. Or you can create a new hyperlapse. I don't ever share it directly. If I ever do share it, I'll probably put some music under it, because just watching a no sound thing is kind of boring. That's something I should mention, by the way. This does not record sound, because why would you? Let's create another one real quick, so I can show you one more thing here. So I'm gonna just hit record on your ugly mug right here. There's you know what? I'm not gonna record on your ugly mug. That was horrible. That was disgusting. I'm gonna delete that one. I'm just gonna record the plus toys again, because they're much cuter. How about you record me this? So I'll go over there now. So I'll head there. And I'll grab Kuma, because Kuma's my favorite, because I love Persona. And Rize, because he's also from Persona. And then we'll I'm just gonna just lay down here for a little bit.
Drop Pikachu.
Oh, damn it. Okay. That's enough. That's enough stupidity. You can hit stop recording there. So, all right, we had a little mishap there.
Yep.
But we're gonna keep going. Anyway, so like I said, there is stabilization on these videos, and it works really, really well. And you can tell the difference, because if you actually tap and hold in the middle of you editing your hyperlapse, you can see right there how it looks like. So you can see it crops the frame a little bit, and that's how that's how digital stabilization works. So it needs to crop the frame a little bit and then get some tracking points, so you can move the frame around, so it's a bit more stabilized. I find that it's a little bit of a bummer that I can't turn the stabilization off. For example, say by some miracle I happen to have a tripod set up for my iPhone to use this Hyperlapse app.
Okay.
I wouldn't need the stabilization because I'm on a tripod, so I would want my full frame. There's no way to save that full frame, even if I were to hold down this version and stabilized.
Because I assume Instagram will release updates that will eventually allow
but
creative control over all of that.
Maybe, but they're trying to make this app as super simple as possible, so not necessarily. But yeah, so even if I were to hold down on stabilize and hit save while I'm holding on stabilize, I tried that didn't work. It will automatically save the stabilized version no matter what. It's just a preview. Another gripe I have with the app is its inability to access your camera roll directly from within the app. That'd be nice. And not even to import stuff, but maybe just to go check the hyperlapses I saved already. I need to back out of the app and go into my camera roll to do that. So that's a bummer. But besides that, this app actually works really, really well, and I'm actually kind of...
I can see that.
I'm actually kind of happy with it, and I've recorded a couple things to test it out, which will play here in the video over a couple clips, just so you can see how it works. And hopefully they come up with a couple updates to bring those little features in, and I can see a lot of people using this for fun to post stupid things on Instagram and Vine, but I also can see people who want to do something really not professional per se, but maybe a bit more high quality with it.
Yeah.
Because it's so simple, instead of having set up their entire setup for a time lapse, you can just pull this guy out, set it on a tripod.
You did mention that basically can record until I run out of memory.
Right.
So if I want to record a full 3 minutes of something, and my phone can, I basically can have 3 full minutes of a hyperlapse.
I mean, remember, recording 3 minutes, a 3-minute time lapse would be like, I don't know, an hour? I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's Hyperlapse. It is available right now for iOS, both iPhone and iPad. It's a universal app, so it'll work on both without the cropping on the thing on the iPad. No Android version.
Yeah, I know.
Unfortunately, no Windows Phone either. But who uses Windows Phone really?
Yeah, nobody.
And the even worse part is that Instagram hasn't even said if there will be an Android version. They specifically said it is iOS exclusive right now. But remember, in the original Instagram app was
Yes, it
iOS
was
exclusive for many years.
Yes, and then it came out for Android 2-3 years ago.
So there might be an Android app coming.
And I'm actually a very avid Instagram viewer person. I don't post anything up. But if I get Hyperlapse, or rather if Android gets Hyperlapse, I feel like I would be a much more active Instagram poster, user person thing.
Anyway, it hopefully comes to Instagram. It comes to Android soon. That's Hyperlapse. It's a cool app. It's free. Go check it out. Thank you very much, Brandon.
Nope, no problem.
See you guys.